Welcome to this video, the first video of 2022, a video where we'll be talking about revival of African carriers and also a look at main airlines in Africa. Before we start, I kindly request you to subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. Share the video, watch the video up to the end, share, comment, and also hit the notification bell so that whenever you upload a new video, you are notified. Today's video will be part 1 of revival of African airlines. Part 2 will be a continuation of the airlines which are being revived in Africa, and also looking at the main African carriers, their status today, and also the problem that affecting, or the challenges that these airlines are facing. Some years back, Africa carriers were dominating the skies of Africa. However, most of these carriers died, and some of the reasons which have been given include corruption, mismanagement of these airlines, and competition from African airlines. However, there is a reawakening of national carriers. African countries are reawakening. We have several states which are pursuing the revival of their national airlines and flag carriers. And in this video, we are going to look at some of those carriers. In part 1, we'll be concentrating on 5 carriers which have been revived, and one which is in the process of being revived. We'll be talking about Rwanda Air, Tanzania Airlines, Uganda Airways, Ghana, and Zambia Airlines or Airways. In second part of the video, we'll be continuing with the revival of the African carriers. We'll be looking at Nigeria, Senegal, DRC, and also the status of the main carriers in Africa, that is South African Airways, Ethiopian Airways, which is doing good, and also Kenya Airways. So let's start with the Rwanda Air. Rwanda Air is one of the national carriers that have been revived in the recent past. So this airline, Rwanda Air, is state-owned national airline of Rwanda. Its revival followed from the previous national airline, Air Rwanda, which was founded in 1975 and operated a limited network of passenger and cargo flights domestically and also regionally. Domestic service ceased in 1994 during the Civil War. International service was taken over by Ugandan-based Alliance Air with a 49% stake in the newly formed Alliance Express Rwanda. Rwanda government maintained a majority holding. After the SC Alliance ceased operation, the government of Rwanda took over the operation of the airline and rebranded it to ensure its continuity. Rwanda Air began operations in December 2002 as the new national carrier for Rwanda under the new name Rwanda Air Express. Passenger air transportation was the main activity for this airline. In 2016, Rwanda Air received International Air Transport Association Safety Audit for Ground Operations (ISAGO). The airline began to expand, and by 2009 the network included Dar es Salaam, Nairobi, and domestic destination. In March 2009, the airline registered the new trademark Rwanda Air Limited, which is its current operating name. In June 2009, the airline officially rebranded from Rwanda Express to Rwanda because the new name implied a large, serious airline, with the Express in the former name implied a small regional operation. In July 2020, the Rwanda new Boeing 737-500 arrived, and the second one arrived on 20th October 2020. Both of these two aircraft were leased from General Electric Capital Aviation Services (GECAS), and each has a two-class configuration with 12 business class seats and 90 economic class seats. In August 2011, the airline took delivery of their first aircraft, purchased directly from an airline manufacturer. Before, the airline aircraft which were operated by Rwanda Air had been either leased or bought as second-hand aircraft. The aircraft that was purchased was Boeing 737-800 with sky interior, also known as Boeing 737 Next Generation, and was the only one operating among the African airlines. In May 2015, Rwanda Air officially became an IATA member. In 2017, the government of Benin granted the airline 7th freedom rights to operate direct flights from Benin. Rwanda Air plans to base its two Boeing 737 aircraft at Cotonou International Airport in Benin. In February 2020, 2 months after the Qatar Airways purchased a stake in Rwanda's Bugesera International Airport, the Qatari-owned state-owned airline purchased 49% stake in Rwanda. In terms of flights, the airline has 12 aircrafts, which include Airbus 330, 200, 300, and 900, one each. They have two Boeing 737-700, four Boeing 737-800, two Boeing 737 MAX 8, two Bombardier CRJ-900, two de Havilland -8-400. In terms of its destination, it has Brussels, Belgium; Cotonou, Benin; Bujumbura, Douala; Guangzhou, Kinshasa; Addis Ababa, Libreville, Gabon; Accra, Ghana; Conakry, Guinea; Mumbai, Tel Aviv, Abidjan, Nairobi; Mombasa, Kenya; Bamako, Mali; Abuja, Lagos in Nigeria; Doha, Brazzaville; Dakar, Senegal; Cape Town, Dar es Salaam; Kilimanjaro, Entebbe, Dubai. In London, we have Gatwick and Heathrow; Lusaka, Harare, Kigali, Bugesera, Siangungu airports, all in Rwanda. This airline has built its reputation as one of the Africa's reliable airlines in the model of Ethiopian Airlines, which is the continent's biggest carrier. The airline has already seen solid expansion with the investment of Middle Eastern giant Qatar Airways. The other airline that has been launched in the recent past is the Air Tanzania. Air Tanzania was a revival after the dissolution of East African Airways. So over the years, the airline has gone through cycles. It has been launched, relaunched, rebranded. It has gone through a decline and finally a revival, which happened in 2016. Its hub is Julius Nyerere International Airport, and it has a fleet of 11 aircrafts which are in service and has made an order of 4 aircrafts. The ones which are in service, we have 4 Airbus A220-300, 2 Boeing 787-8, and 5 de Havilland Canada -800-400. The airline has the destination of, as at November 2020, The aircraft had 16 destinations. It serves 8 international destinations including regional routes and India. Air Tanzania serves 13 domestic destinations from its hub at Dar es Salaam Julius Nyerere International Airport. The airline is fully owned by the government of Tanzania. Uganda Airlines is the other airline national carrier which has been revived in the recent past. Following studies and wide consultation, the cabinet of Uganda opted to relaunch Uganda Airlines with 6 new jets, 2 of which will be wide-body long-range A330-800 and the other 4 being CRJ-900 aircrafts. It was also recommended that an equity investment by the government of approximately $70 million and loans totaling to $330 million borrowed from lenders such as Trade and Development Bank. This was to complete the purchase of aircraft. The revival of Ugandan Airlines happened after the previous airline, which operated between 1977 and 2001, collapsed. The revived company is government owned. It started operations in 2019 and its hub is Entebbe International Airport. It has a fleet of 6 aircrafts and currently has 12 destinations and is still expanding. The revival of the national airline sparked pride among the Ugandans as it put the country back on the list of countries owning a national flag carrier. Although the revival stoked some pride, the airline has not been performing well financially, but this is because of the large capital investment that has been made in purchase of aircraft, and also given that the aviation industry has been facing one of the worst crises in the history occasioned by the coronavirus pandemic. Uganda Airways is another national carrier that is being revived. Ghana has been without a state airline since the collapse of Ghana International Air in 2020, but the country is planning a national carrier in partnership with Egypt Air. There was a deal with Ethiopian Air, but that deal did not proceed. Currently, the government of Ghana announced that they have signed a memorandum of understanding with Egypt Air for the establishment of a new national carrier. Egypt Air confirmed it has agreed to invest an initial $100 million in Ghana new national carrier and to supply 4 aircrafts. Egypt Air also reported that it was going to own 70% of the joint venture that will be formed with Ghana government. As we know, Ghana has not had a flag carrier since May 2020, when Ghana International Airlines collapsed after government withdrew its funding. Ghana International Airlines had operated scheduled and charter passenger and cargo services from its home base in Kotoka International Airport, Accra. It was owned by the Ghanaian government, which owned 70%, and the US consortium GIA USA, which owned 30%. At the time of closure, it operated one B757-200. The original Ghana Airways had been founded in 1958 but folded up in 2004. Ghana is considered a strategic location as a regional hub for West Africa. Kotoka International Airport has been renovated and expanded to include a new terminal. Meanwhile, the construction of the second and third phases of Kumasi, the second phase of Tamale, and the rehabilitation of Sunyani Airport is in progress. Another airline that has been revived is Zambia Airways. Ethiopian Airways has signed a shareholding agreement with Zambia Main Development Agency, Industrial Development Corporation Limited, IDC. This deal was to relaunch the Zambia flag carrier at a cost of $30 million. So this will be a joint venture which will see Ethiopian Airlines take a 45% stake and IDC retains 55%. The rebrand New Zambia Airlines started operation in December 2021 with domestic flight from Lusaka to Ndola. The airline will operate 6 times a week and 4 times a week to Ndola and Livingstone respectively. There will be other domestic routes to Mfue and Solwezi. Outside the country, the airline will be flying to South Africa, Johannesburg, and also to Harare. And this is planned to start in the first quarter of 2022. Ethiopia Airlines has been operating and managing other African carriers. It is operating the Malawi Airlines through a deal which was signed in 2013. It was also announced that it is holding talks with Chad, Djibouti, Equatorial Guinea, and Guinea to set up national carriers through joint ventures. It is also aimed at creating a new airline in Mozambique that will be fully owned by Ethiopian Airlines. So these are some of the national carriers which have been revived. Others are on the way. In our second part of this video, we'll be looking at other national carriers which are being revived and the role that Ethiopian Airlines is playing in the revival of these airlines. We will also be looking at the status of South African Airways and also Kenya Airways. The partnership deal that they have agreed on. We'll be looking at Nigerian Airways, the plans to revive. We'll be looking at Senegal Airways, how it's doing, its expansion, and also we'll be looking at the challenges that the African carriers are facing as they try to revive their national carriers, and also the opportunities that are there in 2022 and beyond. So thank you for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. Also make a comment, share the video, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video you are notified. So welcome to part 2 of this video, which will be coming soon.